Right, here we are again in Les's garage. Yep. Things are moving, slowly but they are moving with the Z650. This is Jeff's present, his birthday present.
Yep.
And you've been busy working on other things, but you recently fitted the cylinder head.
Yeah, I managed to finish lapping the valves in.
Yep.
And then I had a spare hour the other day and I put the head on.
Right, so I've got my camera here so I can film that in great detail. There you go. But you have
I've just pulled the cloth off that was covering it.
Yes, to protect it, yeah.
Yeah, so...
but you have found a problem with the cams.
Yeah, the original cams are worn and there's grooves in them, which is why we bought another head.
Yes.
And the cams that have come out this head,
yes,
have corroded slightly on the ends.
On the tips. Yeah.
Right on the end journals. Pitted, and when I've cleaned them up, they are pitted.
Yeah, it looks okay, but they're all dirty, weren't they?
Yeah, and when I've cleaned them up,
yeah,
they're pitted quite badly on the end journal.
Right.
So
I've just been on eBay and I found a good pair from D&K that I've got bidding for. Luckily, unlike the big Zs, parts for these are much cheaper.
Yeah.
I think they wanted 50 quid for them, so I put a bid in on 42, and we'll see whether I can get it for that.
Right.
Might do, might not do, but
20 quid a cam, that's not bad if they're good.
Right, and they look like they're in good nick.
Yeah.
You got to be like a tenner for postage, but that's okay. So they should be here soon.
Are they B cams or E? B cams.
Yeah. B, yeah.
They should be fine in this.
Yeah. Now you also have a problem because this engine is an F engine. This bike's an F, a letter F.
Yeah.
But the head is from a B.
A B.
And you found there's a problem when...
Yeah, I'd finished lapping the valves in, and then of course the next stage is to just clean the head and then fit it.
Yeah.
But then I realised the 2 bolts down in the cam chain tunnel.
Yes.
On the B model, they're 6mm.
Yeah.
And on the later bikes, they're 8mm. Right. And I checked the threads in the barrel, and they were 8 because obviously that's an F barrel.
So your 8mm wouldn't go in the head?
No, the bolt wouldn't go through the hole in the casting. So I had to clamp the head
carefully, very
carefully, and went through all my drills. I had one 8mm drill, blunt. Yeah. So I had to sharpen it. Luckily, perfect. Drilled out the casting, cleaned the head, and then fitted. It fitted fine.
Fitted okay.
Yeah, so that's a little hurdle we got over.
So next then, we're just waiting for the cams to arrive.
Yeah.
And hopefully, fingers crossed, we can then finish the engine off.
Yeah.
In the meantime, over here, I'll get my camera here, so we'll get a bit of a close up. We have got the Harris pipes that came off the GTS turbo bike, which are going to be fitted on there.
Yes.
Which have had an expensive finish put on them, from Camco to something for finish.
Yeah.
And we've got a problem because we haven't got the collets.
Yes, well, we have got collets, but they're rather heavily corroded.
Okay.
Heavily corroded.
Let me turn my camera on. And we'll see that in great detail. So here goes zoom.
I've cleaned those, and you can see they're heavily pitted.
Yes. Okay. Particularly. Yeah.
Wouldn't normally be a problem because you could just paint them,
yes.
But they're you can actually see them.
Right.
And it would look untidy.
Yeah.
So we need some nice new zinc plated.
So they are available from Z Power.
Yeah.
So yeah, we shall order some new ones. About 20 quid for a full set. So we'll get them, and then we'll be okay.
They definitely will work because I've got this pipe. This is the first pipe I unwrapped.
Yes.
And I fitted the collet.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that collar must be fixed.
Yeah.
The collet must sit there.
Yes.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
And once I've got the clamp in place, there was only this short distance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the exhaust gasket's here.
Right.
And then I unwrapped the other 3.
Yes.
And as you can see, the collar's hard up against the flange.
Yes.
I realised then that this collar, when they'd coated the pipe, the collar had moved.
Yeah.
So when I got it free and moved
it unrails the rust.
It reveals the pipe that hasn't been coated.
Not good.
So that now needs...
We're not going to take it back.
So the collet actually sits there.
Yeah. So we're going to spray that with some heat-resistant
that needs painting.
Pipe.
Yeah, so it's protected.
I bought some PJ1 here, but I think I bought the wrong one. But I have got the good stuff.
It does say 900 degrees, but it says case paint and engine paint, not exhaust paint.
Give it a go, but I have got some other stuff which is
if we've got exhaust paint, I've got that stuff.
Yeah, okay, well, let me bring you back a different day. Right.
So now we've found the problem with the pipes.
Right.
And rectified that.
Yeah. We can order
now we need some collars, collets.
No problem, get them ordered.
These will clean up and be used.
Yeah.
The next trick is to buy some new springs.
Yes.
Because they're a little bit...
Yeah. Now, I have got a box full of springs of different sizes that I bought ages ago. So maybe you'll have 8 there, the correct ones.
I looked online and they're saying they're about 40 mil. Then when they're stretched out, they're about 48 mil.
Yeah.
Well, they're a lot longer.
But they could have been stretched. But yeah, they do look longer.
Well, they're relaxed because that's relaxed. When they're stretched, they'll be like another inch longer.
But who's to say they're the original ones? We don't know.
Well, they came out the
bike.
box.
Yes.
When I'd stripped the bike down, all the hardware off the Harris pipe and all the bike went into one box, and they've come out of that box.
Yes. But
so I'm assuming they're the remaining springs off the Harris pipe.
Yeah, could be. Or maybe they've been changed.
I can't tell until I've got the pipe on
and looked at the... Well, as I say, we can get some sorted out. I mean, you can get them with the little rubber...
I'll get the pipe on, then we can look at where the hooks are.
Yeah, measure it all up.
If it is that long, we can get
because I've got some stainless ones as well, somewhere.
Well, stainless springs don't usually work.
No.
Not like spring steel.
Well, no, but they don't rust either.
They don't, but they've not got that tension.
Yeah, but they're not really going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Okay. Anyway, so there is a bit of a close-up again with my camera. Here we have the engine coming together, all looking very nice.
Yeah, it's all looking good. We've got the ignition system to fit yet, and we've got the obviously the cams when we get them.
Yeah.
I've got to put some shims in.
Yeah.
What I normally do is I get a shim in the middle of the range, say a 250 shim.
Yeah, guesstimate it.
All 8 of them are 250s.
Yeah.
Put the buckets in.
See what's happening.
And then obviously work the shims out from there.
It is a bit of a slow process because you've got to put the cams in and take them out again.
Well, you have.
But you also do that sort of stuff. I find it really boring.
I could have done it on the bench, but it would have meant waiting to put the head on.
Cams to come,
Yeah, so I used to add some time the other day free, so I managed to use that time to put the head on.
Right, good stuff. So there's a quick update on this bike.
Yeah.
But that's not the only reason I'm here for, because there's a couple more things I want to talk about in this particular video.
Right, okay.
So let me just move the camera and then we'll carry on.
Right.
Right, so where were we? Right, yes. Let's talk about this thing, your Yamaha GTS with the funny front end.
Yes.
You've had it quite a while and you've been slowly kind of bringing it back to standard.
Well, it was pretty nice when I bought it in 2017.
Right.
There was a few bits and pieces missing. The exhaust wanted welding, and I've done all the little bits, powder coated the stand, just
small stuff.
Small stuff to bring it back. Bar end weights were missing, so I got genuine ones because I want to keep the bike 100% original.
Yeah.
You know, 2 rubber trims here in the tailpiece were missing. I had to get them from a guy in Holland.
I think
little things like that.
You were fixing the slave cylinder for the clutch, weren't you?
Yeah, I had it stood for 3 years, and I come to sit on it and pull the clutch, and nothing. And it had leaked, and I'd put a new slave cylinder seal in it in 2018, 6 months after I bought it, and then I'd laid the bike up in 2021, at the end of 21, and in between then and now it had leaked, which is weird. So
now, one thing I didn't know about this bike that I'm really impressed with is that it's a daft thing this, but the mirrors, you press a button and it unclips. The mirrors can't come off.
You don't press a button; they can pop off.
Yeah, they can pop off and you can sort of click them back in again.
Yeah,
which is dead handy because you've got a very narrow exit to the house. You can sort of manoeuvre the bike.
Makes it easier for getting through doorways and gateways and things. Yeah,
I was quite impressed with that. So you reckon this is a great bike? I'm sure it is. It handles really well.
I love it. Yeah,
but it is a bit heavy at about. Is that £600?
Yeah, 279 kilos. It's about just over £600.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lump.
It's heavy.
But the reason why we're going to talk about it, it's not because of the bike, but really why you've had to get it out and ride it.
Yeah.
Because normally you'd be out on your Monster.
Yeah.
M900 Monster. Quite a nice bike, very light, about 180.
180 kilos.
Yeah.
Literally 99 kilos lighter than this.
Yeah. So we've been out I've been on my Norton 961 U1, you've been out on your Monster, and they're quite closely matched, you know, in terms of power and whatever.
Yeah.
It sounds really nice as well. But that bike is currently not being ridden because you've hit a problem. Literally, you've
hit a problem.
Yeah. And that problem was what?
I've been out a few times.
Yeah.
About 2 months ago, went out, hit a pothole.
Yeah.
Came up behind a car, unsighted, you can't see the road ahead. Going for an overtake, hit a pothole.
A big pothole.
A big pothole, rattled me jaw.
Yeah.
And I got back here, checked the bike, wheel was okay. A few weeks later, I went out again on another ride, same road, same traffic.
Different pothole.
Different pothole. Yeah, it happened again.
Yeah.
Unsighted, hit a pothole. This time I wasn't so lucky because when I got home and spun the front wheel, it's buckled.
Yeah.
So
it's not something you can feel, but it is buckled.
It is buckled.
Yeah.
When I buckled the wheel, I was on my way out, and I've done 75 mile and then come back.
Without knowing it's buckled.
Without knowing it was buckled, and I did some fast corners as well, and it seemed okay. But once I've realised it's buckled, when I got back home,
you don't want to push it and risk it.
I don't want it cracking or throwing me off or
deflating suddenly or whatever.
It was repaired in the past by a great company down south called Maidstone Motorliner, and when I got the wheel back, it was perfect. It was like new, and it's been great for 10 years or whenever it was I did it. But I don't want to risk repairing it a second time because it might crack. Or,
So you're now on the lookout for a suitable 3-spoked
or a 5-spoke.
Or a 5-spoke, because you really want the 5-spokes.
I really want 5 spokes in
don't
it.
We all? Don't we all?
Yeah. So so I've had to sort of like put the bike away, and that's why I dragged this out.
Yeah. Drag, yeah, because it's heavy.
It's heavy.
Because you got a bad leg.
Because I'm ill at the moment, I noticed it more. It is heavy. 100 kilos heavier than the Duke.
Yeah, because we went out last week to a little cafe place built into a container.
Yeah.
What's called the gasket.
The gasket up at Appley Bridge.
Yeah, so it was a bit sort of chalk and cheese. This thing and my new old 961. But the point is about what I want to mention is because I've not ridden much since before COVID for various reasons, like being ill and whatever, and COVID, whatnot. So I'm riding a lot more this year for the first time in about 4 years.
Yeah.
And there's 2 things I've noticed straight away. I noticed it. First of all, the state of the roads are bloody awful.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, we've always had potholes, we've always had problems, but usually not on major A roads and major busy roads.
They get repaired usually straight away, don't they?
The repairs are crap.
Yeah.
There's potholes everywhere. Yeah, so
councils haven't got the money,
the funds, time or whatever. It's just been left to go worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And actually, saw a guy in front of me nearly drop a bike on a fast bit of A road. We were going somewhere to this local event, and it's a dual carriageway, and we're slowing down to peel off. And in front of us, this is bloody like a crack in the dual carriageway. It must be like 20 or 30 metres long, about this wide, and God knows how deep. And he sort of went over it, and his front end wobbled a bit, and he's like, oh my God.
Nearly brought him off.
I knew it was there because I noticed it the previous week, so I managed to avoid it. But Mom, that's on a busy, A57. Going to
busy road.
Yeah, nightmare.
Yeah.
So that's something I've noticed. Crap roads around here.
I mean, the council may be waiting until early next year because they've got the winter coming and the frost, which will make it worse. Yeah. So they'll probably wait until
we shall see.
January, February out of the way, and then do it.
By the way, our council is the most indebted council in the country per person.
Yeah.
I mean, Birmingham owe more money, but our little council here have lost 40 million quid on some stupid
invested in
stupid schemes.
Yeah.
Which has lost, and the guy who ran it has now run away to Cyprus somewhere.
The councillors got away with it, didn't get jailed.
Well, they should be at least sacked for their incompetence, but they've not. Anyway, but that's a different story. The other thing I've noticed, and I've noticed this all times of the day, all days of the week, is the roads are so busy. Now, we expect to be busy sort of during the sort of commuter times, when the schools are closed,
weekends.
But I used to go out, 6 AM on a Sunday morning, and the roads would be pretty empty. But I've been out now at 6 AM on a Sunday morning, and the roads are packed. It's like, where are you all going?
24/7 society now.
Yeah, it's like vans everywhere, lorries, trucks, people going everywhere. I mean, obviously with the problem as well, but even going at sort of 8:30 of an evening on a quiet road, it's like, where's these cars coming from? It does actually ruin the ride, because you think, I've got a good few corners coming up here, and oh my God, there's a fucking line of traffic in front of me.
Line of traffic in the way. Now, that's very frustrating for us on bikes when you want to get a nice rhythm going. But I had this conversation with someone recently, and the amount of cars on the road has quadrupled since it has since the late 70s, early 80s. In the last 40 years.
Yeah. Also, because we've all got home deliveries now, because there's vans everywhere driving around, lorries and trucks.
One family used to have one car. Now every member of the family's got a car.
Your man ever's got a little house. He's got 4 cars.
Yeah.
Like,
there you go.
4 people, 4 cars.
Yeah.
Although what I have been found myself doing now is I've realised all I've got to do is just sit back a bit. If there's someone behind me, I just like slow right down to like 10 miles an hour for about a minute or so. Let all the cars leave me.
And then attack
I know there's a few corners up ahead, and then I can go for it.
Yeah, I've done the same.
Which is a bit daft really, but it's something you have to do.
When you've got a favourite corner and you want to go through it at a nice pace.
That said, I've actually recently bought a book. it's like the 100 best routes in the UK for bikers.
Yeah.
So we'll have to go through it and we'll have to see which ones we can do. There's
Which
a couple
ones
around the Peak District. There's actually one that goes through Denby.
Yeah.
We're going to Denby.
Yeah, I've done that road a few times, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not that road. It goes to the coast in a big sort of circle.
No, I know the road you mean.
Okay.
Over the moors. Over
the
Denby,
moors.
Denby Moors.
Well, I've not
but
been
they've
there.
got average speed cameras on there now.
Have they? Oh well. Whatever.
So the fun police have been out.
Fun police have been out. Yeah, so no wonder biking's getting going down a bit because you can't go out anywhere. Yeah. I'm not talking about doing 100 mile an hour everywhere. I'm just talking about like, just doing just over the limit, 60, 70 on a 60 road, you know. And
is that all?
Well, that's for the camera.
Oh right, okay.
That's for the camera. Yeah, he's a bit of a speed demon here. I was running in my bike. It's like, just keep it down a bit, keep it down. I'm running the bike in, and before you know it, I'm overtaking a lorry, having to keep up with it. I'm doing like hundreds. Like, oh no, I'm running my bike in.
Well, that's what bikes are for.
Yeah. So there you go. I don't know if anybody else out there has noticed this, but since COVID, roads are terrible, terrible condition, bottles everywhere.
Yeah.
He's got a buckle front wheel. Hopefully, I won't get one. And yeah, the traffic everywhere. Right, so there you go. Quick, sort of completely off the topic subject there. Just a bit frustrating.
Yeah.
But whatever. At least the sun's come out, and maybe I'll go out later on the bike. Right, so that's it for now. So there's the old 650, Jeff's Green 650, which we hopefully will have on the road, running for him to ride for the spring.
For the spring, hopefully, yeah.
He won't be going out in the middle of winter.
Well, this and all the other bikes in here.
God, yeah. Fingers crossed. Right, and so with that, thanks for watching, and cheers.
Cheers.
Right.
We should have said cup of tea, we didn't.
Well, I'll include this bit. Yeah, we'll have some tea next. We're working hard. Well, he is anyway.
I was watching a video on the Lemon Drizzle gang of the video out.
Yeah, they're based in Denby, aren't they?
Yeah, the A&D.
Yeah.
And they're comparing the Mendello that I really like.
Yeah, the V100, yeah.
Which I would, if I had money, I'd have got one of them.
Yeah, I did consider it.
Yeah. They brought out a Stelvio version.
Yes, they have, yeah, the Adventure.
And they were reviewing that against the slightly smaller V85.
Yeah, it's quite an old design.
Yeah, so they were comparing the two.
Yeah.
On the same road, the same route, and that was really good. I watched that this morning.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Okay, yeah. So if you've not seen their videos, what they're called, the Lemon Drizzle Gang.
Lemon Drizzle Gang.
Based in in Wales, Denby way.
Denby area, yeah.
And they do a lot of older bikes, you know, as a sort of classics.
Modern and they do a whole range of bikes, but
as do we.
As we do.
Right, okay. And now guess what? It's time for tea.
Time for tea.